They're finally here. These are the Oakley Meta smart glasses, basically a newer version of the Ray-Ban Metas. These are still out, they're not discontinued, but yeah, they have now teamed up with Oakley to release their version. And so you may have seen my other video talking about these Ray-Ban Metas, about how I bought them and I returned them. I did that twice. Well, I just bought a third pair and I'm actually going to keep these. And so if you really want to know the whole saga with that, you can see the video. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to know more about the Ray-Ban Metas. But this video, we're just going to talk mainly about these Oakley Metas, do a little bit of a comparison with the Ray-Ban Metas. So let's unbox it and get started. Also, this video is not sponsored. I bought the Oakley Metas and the Ray-Ban Metas with my own money. So if you do get value out of this video and you want to help support the channel, I do have some affiliate links down below, which I would appreciate if you used. So the packaging is kind of the same as the Ray-Ban Metas, and when I unbox them, they come in this charging case. So the charging case, when I first pulled it out, I noticed that it's a lot heavier than the Ray-Ban Meta charging cases. The charging case is great because it not only protects and stores your glasses, but when you put them inside, you can actually charge them up. And it's heavy because one of the key differences between the Oakley Metas and the Ray-Ban Metas is that the Oakley Metas have a much longer battery life. In fact, it's about double the battery life. So the Ray-Ban Metas they last about 4 hours, but the Oakley Metas are supposed to last, 8 hours. So basically a whole day. I love that the lid of this case, it's like magnetic. And it latches pretty well, but it's just so nice because it's much faster than dealing with that little button or the buckle on the Ray-Ban Meta case. So the actual glasses, they're right here. Let's try them on for the first time because I am a little nervous about the fit. That was the main thing I did not like about my Ray-Ban Metas. And I've kind of gotten over that, but still, it's my least favorite thing about the Ray-Ban Metas is how they fit. All right, let's try these on. And don't mind the sweat. It's actually really hot out today. I personally, I know this style isn't for everybody, and I am definitely not a fashionista of any kind, but I actually think these look pretty decent on me. They definitely fit really well. One thing that people may not like, though, is the type of lens that they put in these glasses. It makes the sky looks blue normally, but when I'm putting these on, these look purple. But yeah, it's to taste, and the greens are just popping. It's super vibrant. So again, that you might like that, or you may not like that. But here's what they look like. On the flip side, these are the Ray-Ban Metas. I did go with, I think this is a sandstone. It's kind of like a gray-brown frame. And the lenses are actually, they're tinted. They're kind of like a pink tint. So, and these are the transition lenses, by the way. So yeah, this just looks a lot more natural in terms of the color of the lenses. Again, the pink is to taste. You may or may not like that. But yeah, right now the Ray-Ban Metas just have a lot more choice in terms of the design. The Oakley Metas, I had seen that they were going to come out with transition lenses, but right now they don't. But anyway, this is a comparison of what they look like. And again, I think these actually look way better on me. They definitely fit better. I even asked Martin, who is not Asian, to try these on, and he said that they fit his nose perfectly as well. He said the design feels a little weird as a result, but yeah, I'm impressed. This is apparently designed to fit both high bridge and low bridge noses at the same time. So that's already a big plus in my book. The design is definitely quite different from the Ray-Bans. The Ray-Bans look more streamlined, right? I feel like most people could pull this style off versus these. They're not quite as streamlined. They just have this more geometric kind of shape to them. And they also come in slightly limited colors. I think white is the main color versus Ray-Ban. I mean, Ray-Ban also, they're a little limited also in their styles, but they've expanded because they've been around longer than the Oakleys have. It is still tight around my temples, which I expected, so I think I do need to size up, but Other than that, these fit my face so well. So besides battery life, the image quality has gone up with the built-in camera. So the camera, as you can still see, is still on the side. I'm going to assume it's right here on the left, just like the Ray-Bans. So they have not, unfortunately, moved it to the middle here. I really, really wish that they would. So I'm assuming it's going to also give us the same kind of vertical style video, not horizontal. And I'm going to guess too that this also is the flashing indicator light to let people know that you are filming or recording. But on the Ray-Bans, the video quality is capped at, I think it's 1920 by 1440 or something along those lines. It has now been upgraded to 3K video coming on the Oakleys. And so that's a pretty significant upgrade. And so I'll show you some image quality comparisons. We'll go out and see, just how much. I think this is going to come in really key for wanting to crop into that vertical video, vertical photo, if you want to try to make it horizontal, because that's one of the workarounds I've been doing with the Ray-Bans. I admit that I had been shooting more vertical content lately, so that's actually been more okay with me, but for times when I do want to stretch that vertical video out, to try to put it in my long form horizontal videos, I think it's going to be a lot better and easier to do that with a 3K file versus a 1920 file. I also touched on this earlier, but the design of the Oakleys is obviously very different compared to the Ray-Bans, and they're actually supposed to be more durable because, Oakley is more like an outdoorsy brand, and they're trying to make these smart glasses that can be taken out into the elements more so. Like, probably don't want to swim with them, but I'm guessing you can push the weather conditions more so wearing the Oakleys as opposed to the Ray-Bans. But I do feel like the build quality is more solid. These are thick glasses compared to your normal style of glasses. You can tell if you really examine them up close that the frames, the temples, they're thicker because they have to accommodate that extra technology. But that actually, I think is a plus in terms of durability. Other than that, most of the specs are largely the same. You still have the built-in speakers here so that when you are wearing them, you're able to hear music or audiobooks, and you can also talk to the AI assistant. It's the same AI assistant that you're going to get in the Ray-Ban Metas. Can you translate the sign that's in front of me?
The sign says, "Attention, wear protective equipment before going further."
Now, the last big difference between the Ray-Ban Metas and the Oakley Metas would be the price. There's a $100 difference, so these are $100 more expensive than the Ray-Bans. And, is it really worth paying $100 more for better battery life and better video quality, and also the durability of the materials? I can't answer that question for you, but I would say so far, just first impressions, that possibly. You would have to really see if the claims are true, if they live up to the hype, if you do indeed get better battery life, if the image quality is better. But if you do find value in those things, then, it might actually be worth the extra $100. For me, I would say that the fit, because these fit so much better, that I'm already sold on it based on that premise. I have not been able to get a good fit with the Ray-Bans. Even when I go to, I think they have the headliner version, which is meant to accommodate the lower bridge nose. I still can't get those to fit well. Like they're too narrow. They don't come in a wider model. And these I believe do. So I'm actually going to have to look into changing these to the slightly wider model. But other than that, I actually love the fit. I don't know if they look great on me. I'm not the best judge of that. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.